What's good, people? It's good to be back. Glad to be back on here again. Got some information for you. Listen, I am led to go a little deeper on some things that we've discussed over the past few months and get you a better understanding on what's actually going on and the purpose of us being here. Not to mention one thing that we're getting ready to talk about over the next however many days, weeks, or whatever God allows us to go through it. We're going to go deeper in it. But tonight, I just want to touch base with you on something on the beginning of the power within, which is the power within us. Okay. Understanding what it is that we need to actually know, the lack of knowledge that we have, which is causing us to go through so much stuff and actually leading us to pray for things that God has given us the ability, the power um, to actually take care of ourselves. Instead of us steady going to Him in prayer and asking Him for things, we need to realize we already have what we need to actually get it done. Once again, we're talking about the power within, the power within us. Okay. So understand this, and we're going to come back with the scriptures. But I want you to think about this um, for the rest of the night and while you're doing whatever it is you got to do on tomorrow until we come back into this meeting. Um, we know that God created us in His image after His likeness. We also know about the fall in the garden. We know that Satan, with all his deception, his trickery, deceived Eve and got her to give it to man, which caused the fall by man taking it from her and actually doing what he knew he wasn't supposed to do. Okay. We know about all that. We also know that Christ, being the only begotten Son of, of God, came here, lived his life the way that he was supposed to, and gave his life so that we might have a right to the tree of life. Understand these things that God is telling us. Understand what it is that we are really capable of. A lot of the things that we go to God in prayer about is just really wasting time because it's in you to fix those things. You pray that God give you the strength, the will, the desire to actually go through what you have to go through and accomplish what you have to get accomplished in order for you to succeed in this walk. There's an issue that we have. We are being blocked from our very own power, the power that was given to us, and it's in our mind. Remember, God said, whatsoever a man thinketh, so is he. Confession is made good unto the soul. Understand this now. Everything that God does, Satan does it in reverse. So what he do is he take it, he manipulates it, and he use it to benefit him, himself. So everything about Satan is completely opposite from God. With us, we are who God made us to be. We are in his image after his likeness. Our Father speaks and things happen. We're made in his image after his likeness. So when we speak, things happen. The one thing we're going to concentrate on tonight, when you say something out of your mouth and you hear that, remember, faith comes by hearing. What does that mean? When you speak something, whatever comes out your mouth, you're hearing that. Think about it. After you hear something so long and you start to ponder on that thought, that thing that you spoke or that you've heard, it becomes a reality in your mind. Why? Because you're not putting up a defense to block that. Negative things being spoken in your ear. You'll start off fighting it, fighting a good fight. But then you get weary and you faint and you stop fighting that thought because you've grown tired and you decided maybe I should take heed to what I've heard. Y'all know I'm right. We do this as people. For example, you out here or somebody been walking around you talking about them getting sick. They sick on your job. They sick wherever you go. You hearing, I'm feeling a little cold come on or whatever. You go outside, your neighbor cutting the grass, or you've been cleaning in the house, so things are stirred up in the air. That happens. It gets into your lungs and you cough. Soon as you cough, you automatically think, oh man, I'm coming down with the same thing so-and-so got. When that really ain't even the case. But since you done thought that and you've spoken it, now you're hearing it and you believing it. You're thinking it in your mind, believing it in your heart. And your mind goes to operating in defense mode to fight off the very thing that you believing that you're catching, which leaves your body open. Your immune system has focused on one area. Now everything else in you is open and sickness creeps on in because we shut down ourselves by the things we say, what we hear, what we think and believe in our heart. Check this out now. That's the way Satan manipulates us. That's how he get us to fall under his subjections, right? Get us to fall under his will. Get us to do it his way. Get us to become what he wants us to be so that he can control our every move. You're sick. Sickness is not in God. Good health is in God. Sickness is of the devil. That's something to tear you down, eat away at your life, which is something God promised you. He that believeth in him shall not what? Perish. You shall not die, but you will have everlasting life. Satan is eating at that. If he can eat at that in your mental state, he got you. We'll go a little deeper on this later, I'm telling you. But right now, I need you to get the understanding that the things you say is what forms your everyday living. And we don't even know this. I'm telling you this because we have been manipulated in a lot of different areas in life. Period. Regardless to where it came from. We were taught by man to live a certain way. We were taught by man to walk a certain way. We were taught by man to talk a certain way. These words and things that we are saying have meanings. And they're not necessarily the meanings that we were taught they are. They don't expect you to go back and find out the truth. They expect you to take what they tell you and run with it instead of researching it yourself. Oh, if we would actually become who we really are, children of God, and do what he said do, he will open our eyes to a lot of things. He's there waiting, just waiting on us to come to him and ask him these things. What it is you want me to know. Show me what you want me to see. Take me where you want me to be. We have to surrender that. We were taught to do the things that we do today. And we have to change that. The reason being is because us staying in this state that we're in, it kills. It kills the power that God has bestowed upon you. We are surrendering and giving our power away. We're letting it wither and die. We have to stop, think, get in prayer, and develop a relationship with God so that he can teach us how to use this power that we have. I just really wanted to get on here and show y'all this, tell you this rather, and let you know what it is that we're getting ready to do on this channel over the next few weeks, months, however long God has us doing this. Okay? I really need you to think about that. The power within you. The enemy does not want us to know this. He does not want us to operate with the power God has put in us. So he's going to do any and everything he can to block us from it. Be careful of what you allow people to tell you. Be careful of what you take in. We're like sponges. We absorb things and not even realize what it is we're absorbing until it's too late. Get in prayer. Seek God's face. Seek his kingdom. And do everything within your power to follow his every instruction so that you can learn to operate with the power he's placed within you. That's all I'm going to have for you all tonight. Get in your word, study it. That way, when we talk in this next meeting, you can follow along and you can see clearly what it is God is trying to tell us. Until then, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, leaning not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Y'all have a blessed night. See you next time right here at The Poet.